Yeah, we're going to do a little trimming up here. This is a lilac. He's pretty old, pretty ugly shape, but I know a lot of people think they can just trim lilacs any old way they want to and they'll just keep growing. Well, it's not really that true. As you can see, people just cut them off, and this is what happens. Nothing grows out of the end. It got a couple little water sprouts, and this has been trimmed for a few years. Not that I didn't do it. The previous gardener did it. And see, it just doesn't grow. Lilacs are a little touchy. This is a good cut here. That's pretty good. You cut a lilac one year, it probably won't flower that year. This guy's getting pretty old. But we'll clean him up a little bit, make him look a little nicer. I don't know where my assistant went to hold the camera.
There we go.
See, now this guy, it was just cut off any old where at all, right? You can't really do that. You got to cut it off
Like you were saying before.
at a branch that's at least 1/3 the size of the branch that you're cutting off. If it's any smaller, it'll just die. So this guy's pretty good size. We can cut him right there. And there's another one there. That won't grow, because it's already been cut off for a few years. We didn't do this. You can see the water sprouts are coming out of the side of it. They should be coming out of the end, but they don't on a lilac. So you have to be careful on how you trim them. They're very, very sensitive. Unfortunately, that guy doesn't have another branch. It's at 1/3 the size, so pretty much dead branch anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty much done.
What we'll talk to the customer about is taking this out of here maybe this fall and letting these little guys grow. Because this is getting, lilacs don't look good when they're like this, because this guy's reaching for the sun and there's nothing inside for him. This should be a nice little bush.
Yeah,
It's just getting old.
it is old, and all your leaves and stuff will be at the very ends, and all the inside is completely bare and just branches. It's just
Or we'll take this out of here, we'll remove the stump, and we'll put something else in here for him.
Yep.
Something that'll stay nice and small.
More of a shrub than a.
Yeah, because it's not a bad tree. It's kind of cool the way it's grown out to the side, but
It's not pretty like it used to be.
well, in the shade here, right? There's hardly any leaves on them left anymore.
Well, there's so many larger trees growing up around him. He's
Yeah.
got no. He's permanently in the shade. He has no other
Exactly.
place to be.
So, all right.
Oh, I guess I'll follow him. Where are you going now, Mr. Green?
We'll tame this ugly creature for a bit.
Yeah,
He's in pretty
Oh.
bad shape.
he is.
It's,
He should be more compact and more round and
that's probably
fuller.
a 20-year-old bush.
Yeah.
Right? We can't do too much to him. We're just going to take him in a little tiny bit. It's a very overgrown spirea. Very overgrown.
And with any luck, whatever we do this year will improve the way he looks next year and make it easier to deal with him.
All right, I need
Your hedge trimmers.
my hedge trimmer.
Yay! That's not me.
Oh,
I mean-
show 'em the job we done on these ones here, Trina. These beautiful. We done a beautiful job on these. These are absolutely perfectly round. Look at
You
that.
can see the styrofoam inside him.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, they're not real. Hence the perfect job. You're a goofball, Mr. Green. There he is. Dun, dun, dun.
This is bad.
Yep. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna tuck back here a little bit because he's all over the place.
I said, I'm not going to try and take too much off.
Just clean it up.
Yes. I'm probably not going to take anything off the top. I'm just going to let it kind of grow like a cone a little bit. Because, you know.
Yeah, it gets too much weight on the ends of the branches and it wants to hang down.
Yeah.
Lighten it up a bit, clean it up a bit.
It's so bad, you just don't know where to start with it. What should happen to it this fall was cut it down.
Again, yeah, there's just so many shrubs and the likes in this property that have just been, they're so old that they've lived their life and they're just not going to be productive anymore. They're not going to fill out and blossom and be pretty anymore. They're done. Your best bet is just to remove and replace. Should you take some of the undergrowth off, Matt? If you're
should make it into a cone.
Right? Just a, I don't know, because
this is a hard one, right? It's almost impossible to make this thing look good. Almost impossible. Looks bad. I know this.
Well, there's not much to be done. It's just too old.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much you can do with them.
Yeah, it's already reached its peak and beyond, is the problem.
You can't make it into something that it's not.
No.
It's absolutely impossible.
Yeah, I think he's going to clean up this side the same way as the other side. In order to get that cone shape, I think he's going to have to clean all the greenery off the base. Yeah, I still think this piece in the front should go, baby, in order for that to have that cone. I think that the greenery at the bottom there in the front should probably go too, in order for you to emulate that cone shape. Yeah. Yeah, that looks better already. There we go.
Is it looking like like anything?
It does look better than it did. I have to say it does. Once you've cleaned that bottom up, I think that it does. It cleans it up.
A little better, yeah.
It does. It's not quite so.
To an average height of about there.
Well, it would... I don't think it would thicken up this year, but definitely it might next, even though I think it's probably lived its life. It probably should go. But of course, not being our shrub, that's up to the homeowner. We can suggest as much, but it's up to him in the end. Yeah, that definitely looks better. It's a hard call when it's an older shrub or bush. It's not hard to take it too far. You have to be careful.
How's it looking?
Definitely better. There is a little piece through the middle, hon. You might have to grab it from the other side. That's a little high. If you come, yeah, you'll see it from that side. Yes, that's the one.
Did I get it?
Yep. And there's some funny business just on that side, hon. There's a little piece that's kind of coping down towards the ground. He looks a little odd. Yeah. Oh, he might have just been stuff hanging from a previous cut.
There's a lot of dead inside.
Yes, there is.
A lot.
But it definitely looks better, hon. It's not so out of control.
Yeah, I don't want to pack it too much, especially in this heat.
There is one little nubby bit that's a bit high there, hon.
Just as a side note, you can do the best trim job that you can do, and every now and then a tree or a bush will go into shock and die, and there's nothing you can do about it. Most trees will take a trimming, most bushes will take a trimming, but every now and then one just goes, oh, I don't like that, and I'm dead. It happens.
It does happen, and it's completely out of your control and certainly not your fault. Sometimes it hasn't anything to do with the trim job that you've done. It has to do with there's not enough moisture in the soil, or the roots have gone too far, or...
Sometimes a tree just doesn't like it.
A tree just doesn't like
What
it.
were you saying? Where's it at?
Okay, if you come here,
This right here?
that guy, perfect. Yep.
It's hard to see when I'm closer.
Yes, exactly. Better.
That's all. Oh, there's a tall one.
Oh, yep. Didn't see him up against the other fella.
That's about all I'm going to do with that.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, it's like I said to everyone here, it's not hard to go too far.
Oh,
Because
no,
you say, oh, that one, oh, there's another little spot, oh, and then the next thing you know, you've got a bundle of sticks, and it wasn't what you intended at all. That looks way better than it did.
As I said, you can't make it beautiful, not all the time. That's
No,
just an old bush.
it is.
Trimmed down. But anyway, on to the next one.
On to the next one. Where are we going now, Mr. Green? I'll follow you. Oh, look, there's our tripod.
Well, we gotta trim those candlesticks over there. all those follows that pine hedge
That
over
pine
there.
hedge, yeah.
Yep, we might as well go over and trim that guy.
Okay. And there he is. Meow. Oh, good, you left the ladder here just in case. I don't think you'll need it for that guy, but it's kind of fun to get in behind this fella.
We don't take very much off this, just a couple of inches, just to flatten it out a little tiny bit. The customer likes it the way it is. He just doesn't want those little candles sticking up too high.
And by candlestick, he means the bushy little end of the branch that's sticking up further.
That's all I call them. It's like a little candlestick.
Where's my finger? There's my finger.
This guy right here.
Okay, there you go. He'll show you. He's just protruding up through the bush a little further than everybody else. Just a trim. Little off the top. Maybe I'll step back just a little bit.
And don't they like to move around?
They do at that. They bounce. You got to come at them from both directions to get them. Nope. There we go. Okay, there's one right in front of you, Matt. There you go. Oh, stinker.
That guy?
That was him.
It's so full.
It is.
Nice.
It's so thick. Filled in very nicely. A little thinner on the other end, but then again I think it's just not getting as much sun where it's so close to the house in that corner. Down on that end.
Very nice.
It's not as full.
Let this little low area fill in
Yeah.
to reach this.
Yeah, you don't want to trim that out. Let it catch up. So what he was saying is the area he showed you there a moment ago with his hand. I don't know if you can hear him. It's a bit of a valley, an indentation, a hollow in that spot. And if you try and trim that area, then you are just going to increase that belly, that that hollow. So he's going to leave that spot. He's going to trim all the way around it and let that section fill in and catch up with the rest of it. I wasn't certain if they could hear you, so I repeated basically what you said.
Yeah, it's just a little low area here. We'll let that come up. Because that looks really, really good through here. That looks really nice like that. Looks good back there. Quite a high spot, actually.
It is a bit higher in that section, isn't it? Yeah. It may have sprung up a bit.
Yeah, I'll have to trim that down.
Curve it a
You
bit.
can see it from here, it goes
Yeah,
like that.
a bit of a contour to it.
That's a big bump right there, actually.
Let's see, it's hard to see from
straight
this.
on, I couldn't see it.
The area he's talking about, I'm going to try and show you, is, oops, right there. The time it goes around, bump. So you're going to have to taper that down a bit, contour it, I guess.
Woo, the heat coming out of this air conditioner back here.
I would imagine she's probably toasty. We'll take the rake to that or the blower later.
Huh?
I say we'll take the rake and the blower to that later and
Oh,
pull
yeah.
all those little
Yeah.
fiddly bits that you've cut.
Sometimes all I'm cutting is needles. Just flatten them out.
Yep. That's better. I was going to say grab that little spot right there. And because I'm standing back here, he's so close, he doesn't necessarily see what I see.
How's it looking?
Better. Definitely better.
Hard to tell when you're close to it.
Yes. Okay, hun? Hun?
Yeah.
Right where you just were, where you had your, yeah, right there, that's where your arm was, so. And back again. Okay, there's one little spot, yep. There he is. Perfect. Yeah, when you're that close, all you see is needles. You don't necessarily see the ups and downs.
Ow, get bit.
Yay, summer. Summer bugging. And when you're doing stuff like this, yep. When you're doing stuff like this, of course, the bugs are in there, and you're trimming, and they're mad, and yeah. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Well, it looked a little off, but it was hard to gauge exactly what the problem was until we saw it from the opposing side. There we go. Much more better. If you hit that same spot, Matt,
Yeah.
just a little further in, there's one, yep.
Right here?
A little further than that, just beyond that. There we go.
I'll take a look at this.
Yep. There's a couple little,
Oh, that's not too bad.
yep.
It's got that natural hole in it right there.
Just above that hole, there's a little,
Okay,
couple that are a little bit higher.
Right here.
Yes. Perfect. Oh, we might have to grab him from the other side. He just wants to duck. Just like when you're mowing the lawn. I swear to God it ducks. Booger. There, you might have to, okay. Perfect. You got him.
Ah. That's not so bad.
Not so bad. Okay. Hon, right directly underneath. Oh, you moved away on me.
Can't hear you.
I say right where you were.
Okay, I see it.
Perfect. Got him. So as you can see, there wasn't a whole lot taken off this thing, but you can see
it
the,
doesn't take much to make it look.
no, you can see the
Maybe
difference,
get some more back there.
how much neater it looks. Yay! Very nice, Mr.
I see a
Green.
tall guy right there.
You see, oh, do you? Oh, well, you couldn't see him from here. I see what fella you're talking about now. And the tall guy. He's right there. There we go. There's better. Okay, guys, I'm gonna, oh, poop. There was just a little red-throated hummingbird sitting here looking at me when I turned my head, and as soon as, yeah, as soon as I went to turn the camera to see him, he was gone.
You're a little crooked there, lady.
I am now. I know. I was looking
Yeah,
at the,
that's not so bad.
hummingbird, so
That looks a lot better.
definitely.
All right. I'm going to trim this little boxwood here too.
That guy. You'll definitely see a difference with this guy. Right now he's a fuzzball and we want a pom-pom. Thank you. Ooh.
Sharp.
Is he prickly?
Prickly little bugger.
Definitely better.
Well, I'm not trying to make them perfectly round
No.
until he gets a little bigger.
Well, like I said, he was started out a fuzzball and you're making him into more of a pom-pom.
Yep.
There we go. I didn't like that scraggly branch on the other side. And apparently now that it's he.
Ow. Woo, boy, they're sharp.
Yeah, maybe the blower would be better. A little less detrimental to the fingertips.
It
Does.
You know, some boxwoods you can turn right into a nice little ball, like the ones down here. But this guy's a little shaggy, you know, I like the way it looks when it's a little shaggy. They don't got to be all perfectly round.
No.
You got to have a little...
Visual interest.
Exactly.
Not
it can't be the same.
No.
You want some difference in the yard.
Different colors, different shapes, different foliage.
But we're going to take a walk around here, see what else needs to be trimmed.
Now.
And I know we didn't say this at the first of the video. If you like this sort of stuff, like, subscribe, comment if you want to, share it with your friends.
Tell us a joke.
Tell us if you want to see one of our tools, you know, an in-depth view, or you want to see us, you know, climb a tree. Let us know. But anyway, we're gonna
Anything
trim all
goes.
these little boxes.